Hello and welcome to this edition of FYI Weekly, your official source for City of Greensboro news and information. The Advance NC Executive Committee unanimously approved Guilford Works to join as a partner member. Advance NC is a collaborative group of community colleges, universities, and workforce partners in Central North Carolina. They work with the employer stakeholders to support the development of a robust talent pipeline serving the regional manufacturing community. The mission of Advance NC is to align the strengths of regional community colleges and collaborate with the associated workforce ecosystem to respond to major manufacturing employer workforce demands and support economic growth in Central North Carolina. Dr. Danielle Harrison, Guilford Works Executive Director, said because of the thousands of jobs expected to be filled in and around Guilford County within the next 5 years, Guilford Works' participation in this collaborative makes perfect sense. We have been at the table with many of the employers who have located and expanded their operations in our area, and we are actively supporting them with their recruitment processes. Guilford Works joins the following workforce development boards as partner members: Capital Area, Durham, Kerr-Tar, Lumber River, Mid-Carolina, and Piedmont Triad Regional. Both GTCC and North Carolina A&T State University are also partner members. The city's inaugural low-income homeowner assistance program has concluded with nearly 200 homeowners receiving assistance. Total program support, which aided eligible homeowners with their 2022 property taxes, was approximately $39,000. The average household received $200 in support. Homeowners in all 5 city council districts participated in the program. The number of household participants in each district ranged from 24 to 66, with City Council District 1 totaling the most participants in the program. District 1 had 66 residents, 40 residents applied from District 2, 37 residents in District 3, 24 applicants in District 4, and 31 participants in District 5. From April to June of this year, residents were able to apply for the program using an online application system that offered dozens of languages for users to choose from. The system translated the applications as needed. Hard copies of the application in several languages were also available at Greensboro Public Libraries. Library staff assisted residents with access to the online system. City staff also attended several public events throughout Greensboro to encourage residents to apply. Mark your calendars. Thursday, November 16th is the final day to share input on the first phase of public outreach for Go Borough, the city's long-range public transit plan. Residents are invited to take an online survey available in English, Spanish, French, Arabic, and Radi to help set priorities for how the city might invest in its bus system, the Greensboro Transit Agency, or GTA. The City of Greensboro has set a goal to become a car-optional city by 2045. Residents are being asked to help decide how the city should make that happen under this long-range transit plan. So far, Go Borough ambassadors have met with hundreds of residents at community pop-ups and other events throughout the month of October. More than 1,300 people have already completed the online survey to give their opinions about the best ways to expand bus service around the Gate City. Residents can also give their thoughts in person on Tuesday, November 14th by attending the Go Borough pop-up with the Hopper Trolley from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Hamburger Square on McGee Street. To review the detailed route concept maps and to learn more about the Go Borough planning process, visit the city's website or contact Kevin Elwood, GTA's Marketing and Communications Manager, at 336-412-6309. Cone Health has partnered with the city to share a series of brief and informative videos designed to inspire you to make better choices when it comes to healthy living. Following these tips is an easy way to help each of us improve our quality of life. Let's take a moment to check out today's news for your health.
Addiction is a disease that affects your ability to make healthy, rational decisions. And it's one of the primary health concerns of our time. Let's talk about it. What is addiction? Addiction is a complicated issue. Addiction can look like a lot of different things, but primarily we associate addiction with the loss of control over a certain substance, alcohol, drugs, or a certain behavior too. It's really important to understand that addiction impacts your brain. On a fundamental level, addiction essentially rewires your brain to where you become dependent on the drug or drink or the behavior, and you start to associate that with survival, which is why you often see people make really irrational decisions and do things that they would never do if they weren't addicted. Anyone can be at risk for addiction. It doesn't matter your race, your age, your gender, your socioeconomic status, your level of intelligence. So what are some of the signs that you're dealing with an addiction? One of the ways that you can tell is by asking yourself 4 simple questions. Have you ever felt like you need to cut down on your drinking? Have you ever felt like you were annoyed when someone criticized you about how much you're drinking or drugging? Have you ever felt guilty about how much you're drinking or drugging? And finally, have you ever had a drink or drug early in the morning, what I call an eye-opener, something to kind of get your day started? If you answered yes to 2 or more of these questions, you may be struggling with an addiction. So what are the signs you can look for in someone else who you think might be struggling with an addiction? One of the key signs is isolation. If you find that a loved one is continually getting further and further isolated and leaving you out, leaving you in the dark, not letting you know about what they're up to, if they're also giving up on activities or interests that they used to have, reducing their level of activity. Another sign is if they're drinking or drugging more than they plan to. If someone tells you, I'm gonna have 2 or 3 drinks tonight, and it ends up being 4, 5, or 6, and then the next day it's the same thing, that's a sign that your tolerance is increasing and you might be struggling with addiction. With cancer, diabetes, heart disease, it's very common to get a family history and to tell your doctor everything you know about what your family struggled with. And for some reason, addiction's considered different, but it shouldn't be. Addiction is just like those other diseases in that if we know that a family member, typically going back 2 generations, if we know that they struggled with addiction, that can be a big indicator and a big help for a counselor who's assessing for addiction. So how do you talk about addiction with a family member? That's a really touchy subject. One important thing to know is talk about it when they're sober. Talk about it when they're not using. Talk about addiction in behavioral terms. Talk about things that you've noticed change in their behavior, in their level of activity, in their consequences of their life. Keeping things simple, plain, and understandable is the biggest way to help your loved one. So what do you do when people deny that they have an addiction? Oftentimes this is when professional help is necessary. Making an appointment with a counselor, a family counselor, a substance abuse counselor. We live in such an exciting time for addiction treatment. There are so many options for what to do. Yes, there's the classic inpatient 28-day rehab facility. There's also 12-step meetings, Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous. A lot of these are really familiar, but there's new and exciting treatments as well. So here at Cone, we have an IOP, that's an intensive outpatient program. It's primarily group counseling. And group counseling is shown to be the most effective form of substance abuse counseling because it gets at that isolation piece. It helps people feel more understood. Another way you can treat addiction is by talking with your primary care physician about medications for cravings. Right now we have exciting medications that are very safe and well studied that can help people tolerate and deal with those triggers and those cravings that happen in early recovery. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this information has been helpful in learning about addictions. If you want to learn more, go to conehealth.com/behavioral health. Thanks again. I'm Wes Swan.
Greensboro's Minority and Women Business Enterprise Office has a new manager, and the director of the Greensboro History Museum has made an influential list. We'll have those stories and more news coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. After a nationwide search, Eric Ely has been named the City of Greensboro's Senior MWBE Program Manager. The position reports to the City Manager's Office and will create, build, and promote economic inclusion and new opportunities for minority and women business enterprises throughout the area. Ely will also work closely with the Office of Economic Development in achieving one of the City Council's key priorities of being the easiest place to do business. He will also be responsible for overseeing the development and compliance of the Greensboro Minority and Women Business Enterprise Policy and implementing the city's MWBE program plan. As Senior MWBE Program Manager, Ely said, "Our team will be focused on leveraging existing partnerships and bringing new perspectives to the table to elevate business inclusion in order to exponentially increase MWBE participation on city contracts." Ely recently worked for Johnson Controls LLP, a global technology company, where he served as the customer service manager, supporting existing and new digital solutions customers and business operations from Eastern Canada to Florida. Ely is an active member of the Greensboro community. He serves on the board for the Greensboro Symphony, the Community Foundation of Greater Greensboro, as well as the Virginia Tech National Alumni Board. Greensboro History Museum Director Carol Hart has been chosen as a top 50 museum influencer by global visitor attractions publisher Blue Loop. Elected by Blue Loop readers as having the most impact, the award celebrates innovation and creativity shaping the profession. Hart was recognized for visionary leadership that has helped the museum emerge as a dynamic institution committed to preserving and celebrating the diverse tapestry of Greensboro's history, connecting communities and serving as a beacon of progress in challenging times. Blue Loop is the world's most read news source for visitor attractions professionals, providing coverage about the industry, including museums, theme parks, zoos, science centers, aquariums, and water parks. This year's 50 Museum Influencers list includes directors from the Baltimore Museum of Art, Seattle's Wing Luke Museum, the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles, the Smithsonian National Museum of the American Latino, and other professionals from around the world. This is the Greensboro History Museum's third year in a row on the Blue Loop Top 50 Museum Influencer list. Glenn Perkins, Curator of Community History, was recognized in 2022, and Curator of Exhibits Robert Harris won the nod in 2021. Carol Hart was appointed as Executive Director of the Greensboro History Museum in 2012. Creative Greensboro is accepting new proposals from individuals and organizations to be in residency at the Stephen D. Hires Theater at the Greensboro Cultural Center. The priority application window is open until Monday, December 11th. The residency at the Hires program is free and provides a 4-week residency for dance, theater, music, and poetry projects being led by Guilford County-based creative individuals and organizations. In addition to access to the 88-seat Black Box Theater for rehearsals and performances, resident artists will be offered support with materials, equipment, technical theater staff, marketing of residency activities, and a $1,200 stipend. Creative Greensboro is especially interested in providing space for unique performing arts programs designed to uplift the authentic experiences of Black and Indigenous people of color, the disabled, and underrepresented communities. Founded in 2019, Creative Greensboro provides support for, ensures access to, and drives awareness of Greensboro's creative community. Through a range of programs, services, and partnerships, Creative Greensboro supports the development of a vibrant city. To learn more about Creative Greensboro and other low-cost or free ways to use the Greensboro Cultural Center, visit the city's website. Speaking of Creative Greensboro, coming up after the break, meet the woman who's leading the charge behind Greensboro's art scene. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. The city of Greensboro prides itself in being a culturally engaged community. This can be measured by the number of activities taking shape at the Cultural Center. Joining me now to tell us about her role with Creative Greensboro is Jacqueline Boone. She is the city's new Chief Creative Economy Officer. Hello, Jacqueline. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Well, I'm so glad you could join me. Tell us, what is it about Greensboro that made you want to move here from Baltimore?
Oh my goodness. Well, I think it's just ripe with opportunities. Greensboro is on the cusp of something special. There's so many mid-career, emerging, professional grade level artists and creatives here. I think it's in the middle of a transition, and I just wanted to be a part of that scene to help cultivate the new, what's coming in.
Okay, well, we welcome you aboard, and it's been a pleasure getting to know you. So since you've been here, how would you describe Greensboro's cultural and artistic scene?
Oh my goodness, so many words. I mean, there are so many pockets, so many strong disciplines. I think the word is transformational, and I think, again, the city is going through a renaissance. There's so much ripe potential here for amazing things to happen, so I'm just excited to continue to learn about all the nuances of the city, the creatives, the new creative businesses, and the artists. It's just an amazing scene to be a part of.
Okay, and as the new Chief Creative Economy Officer, what is your vision for Creative Greensboro?
I really hope that Creative Greensboro is a huge part of the scope that ushers in collaboration, participation, opportunities for the sector, the creative sector as a whole. I'm really excited about partnering with different people and organizations and learning about what's really here and cultivating it. The biggest thing I want people to know is that you don't have to leave Greensboro to make it. We have all that you need right here, and that's going to take true collaboration and partnership to make that happen.
Well, I think you're in the right place, because if there's anything Greensboro is known for, it's collaboration. And is that what you would say inspires you to do this work?
It does. I mean, I think I'm an artist myself. I'm a writer, I'm a director, I'm a poet. So I've been in the arts my entire life, and I truly love all of it. And it sounds simple, but I really do think that art can heal. Art is transformative, it's powerful. So any way that I can inspire creatives and support them and help elevate them and rise and showcase their talents and abilities, I want to do that. So that's what keeps me going every day.
Okay, so speaking of that, what are some of the upcoming programs or activities that you feel will be an opportunity to help those showcase their talents?
Well, we have a ton of stuff happening in the Cultural Center. So for organizations, we have the Sustaining Creativity Grant open now, which provides general operating support for arts and cultural organizations up to $25,000. Artist calls are up and running for our downtown arts programming, which provides opportunities for Greensboro's visual artists to create projects that enhance the downtown environment with original works. There are 2 applications currently open for that program: Art on Downtown Kiosks and Art in City Hall. The Residency at Hires program provides a rent-free 4-week residency for dance, theater, music, and poetry projects led by Guilford County-based creative individuals and organizations. For our thespians, Creative Greensboro is accepting submissions for the 2025 New Play Project. And people can also attend a city ensemble concert this Sunday. The big band will be presenting traditional swing and big band music at the Van Dyke Performance Space in the Greensboro Cultural Center. And singer-songwriter Sun Queen Kelsey, our final 2023 resident of the GROW program, will be offering songwriting sessions that focus on lyrical fluidity, reflection, and emotional release. The residency will culminate with a curated open mic experience in December. And lastly, the Greensboro Cultural Center is not just home for Creative Greensboro, it's also home for 18 arts organizations and public art galleries with daily programming for all. So I'd encourage everyone to come on over to the Cultural Center. There's something for everyone, every single day.
Okay, well, we have a feature that we're running on GTN for Sun Queen Kelly, so folks can get a better opportunity to meet her before they do her residency. And I've served on your committee for the Downtown Arts Program for the last 3 years.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to this next submission of artists.
Very excited to have you back. Thank
I am
you.
excited to be part of that. Really talented artist in our community, and it's great to liven up City Hall with a lot of that artwork. Well, Jackie, thank you so much. Again, welcome to the city. Welcome to our team. We're looking forward to seeing what you're bringing to Creative Greensboro through your vision. And do come back and give us updates as Creative Greensboro continues to be creative.
I will. Thank you so much, Carla.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for some interesting and useful information about Greensboro as we tell you something about the city. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to FYI Weekly. One way to stay informed about decisions that impact you and our city is by attending or tuning in to City Council meetings at 5:30 p.m. on the first and third Tuesday of the month. The fourth Tuesday is reserved for a meeting as needed. The City Council has resumed meeting in the Katie Dorset Council Chamber on Level 2 of the Melvin Municipal Office Building located at 300 West Washington Street. The public is allowed in person, but only in a limited capacity. Those who choose not to be in the building can participate virtually. The Greensboro City Council meetings are broadcast right here on GTN. The meetings are also streamed live on the city's website and on Roku. To review the council meeting schedule and agendas, please visit the city's website. Here's an opportunity to learn a little something about the city. Street resurfacing work is underway along Alamance Church Road between Martin Luther King Jr. Drive and Sharp Road. The project will affect traffic flow in the area and should be completed by November 22nd. Also, street resurfacing work is taking place on Sunset Drive between Woodland Drive and North Elm Street. This project is on the same completion date of November 22nd. Motorists should use alternate routes to avoid these work areas or follow detour signs and adhere to traffic flagger directions. Work schedules are dependent on weather conditions and equipment availability. The city paved a total of 80 miles of streets this year alone. For more information about the lane and road closures and to subscribe to email notifications about upcoming construction on city streets, visit the city's website. Coming up after the break, we'll showcase our department spotlight, but first, prepare to mark your calendars for the places to go and things to do on the town.
I'm Dave, and here are some of the special events happening this weekend on the town. Greensboro Guilford Crime Stoppers holds a virtual reverse raffle on its Facebook page November 16th, starting at 6 p.m. Only 250 tickets will be sold, and every 25th ticket drawn wins $100. There's a $5,000 grand prize. You don't need to watch to win, but you need to get your tickets by calling 336-574-4020. The Greensboro Science Center hosts a special 21 and older event November 17th. Jingle Brew gives adults a sneak peek at the Science Center's Winter Wonderlights display while sampling drafts from 3 local breweries and hors d'oeuvres from Peppermoon Catering. Tickets cost $45, $35 for designated drivers. Get yours and learn more online at greensboroscience.org. The Grammy-nominated rock band Need to Breathe brings its Caves tour to the Greensboro Coliseum November 17th. The band is known for its impressive live following and an energetic southern groove with excellent vocals and stage presence. Tickets start at $29.95 and are available at the Coliseum box office or online at greensborocoliseum.com. The Gate City Blues Festival is November 17th at the Tanger Center. The concert features 6 different performers and treats fans to a night of musical storytelling with emotive lyrics set to guitar-driven accompaniment. Tickets start at $59. Get yours at the box office or online at tangercenter.com. The Early College at Guilford Robotics Club hosts a Teen Tech Demo Day November 18th at the Glenwood Branch Library. The students will discuss how they build custom robots for their competition season and let you drive them. This is a free drop-in event open to families, but geared toward tweens and teens. Learn more online at greensborolibrary.org. Stay tuned to FYI Weekly for more happenings on the town.
Welcome back. The City of Greensboro has more than 20 departments and several divisions committed to serving you, our residents and visitors. Let's go behind the scenes in our department spotlight. In response to the demand for truck parking, the city is seeking interested parties to manage safe and accessible parking for oversized commercial vehicles. 2 city-controlled parcels are available for full or partial lease for interested parties willing to offer this service. Leaseholders are responsible for improving and maintaining the land. Aspects of the program overview are as follows. A 5-year lease term is available with 2 one-year extensions. The lease rate is $100 per acre per year. The site must be operational within 12 months and the leaseholder must maintain continuous operations throughout the lease term. The application review process takes an estimated 90 days for internal review and City Council approval. To review more details about available parcels and more program guidelines, visit the city's website. To ask questions, contact Stephen Carter, Parking and Business Manager at the Greensboro Department of Transportation at 336-333-6879. Coming up after the break is our Way to Go GSO shout out. Stay with us. As we draw to a close, we always want to end on a positive note with our Way to Go GSO shout out. This week's shout out goes to the Tanger Center. The premier engagement of Disney's Aladdin at the Stephen Tanger Center for the Performing Arts generated an estimated $5.2 million in economic activity to downtown Greensboro. This includes hotels, restaurants, parking, and other businesses patronized by both theatergoers and production staff. Aladdin, which was the second show in the first Bank Broadway 2023-24 season at Tanger Center, entertained nearly 23,000 theatergoers, raking in $1.6 million. It is among the highest one-week grossing shows at Tanger Center since its opening in September 2021. Way to go, Aladdin. That concludes this edition of FYI Weekly, but you can easily stay connected to the latest city news by linking to us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Alexa users can subscribe to our 5-minute flash briefings, which airs on 90.1 FM, 100.7 FM, and 90.5 FM. Be sure to download both weekly podcasts, Talk City Greensboro and Connect GSO, plus GTN is streaming on Roku. For all of us here at the City of Greensboro, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.